Okay, so
Okay,
scroll down.
this is from Kitty Ryer. She said, my home office faces north and sits in the career sector of my home. I am repurposing a former living room. This room has 2 entrances and I cannot find the command position. Seems like the energy whizzes from the entrance located on one end of the room to the education center on the other end. So she's got this room with a window. So she has an L-shaped desk and she needs to know where to put her desk. Okay. So this room is 21 feet by 16. And there's, you see, this is her window. It's kind of hard to get that position. There we go.
And there you go. There you go. Okay. Can you hear me?
So what do you think? Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. So, first of all, um, it well, is that her question is based on a different style of feng shui, which is like compass or bagua, feng shui school, and they have different. They have some strange rules, like where you divide your for the I'm saying this for the people that have not experienced at all, but there's they their feng shui is based on the constellation and geographical like position, like if it's pointing north or west, like that feng shui that she probably has been reading in other books and other websites comes from that kind of knowledge. Like they mix feng shui with astrology, and they suddenly divided the house in different sections and define it as a career section or love section or um, whatever family section. But those rules are so strict that are very hard to apply in every scenario. Like the feng shui that we
Right.
practice, Ellie and I, are the original
Yeah.
traditional feng shui, which where we study the forms. Um, uh, but why forms? Because form defines energy. So in feng
Right.
shui, you're gonna be uh okay, not in feng shui. In your daily life, you are in a space that is surrounded by forms. Everything around you is a form. In the wall, the desk, the roads, the trees, um, clouds has
That's right.
forms. So everything around you is a form, and different forms manifest different energies. What we try to achieve with feng shui is to analyze the flow of
Yeah.
energy in the space through
Yeah.
the forms and see how we can um, manage to get a balanced energy flow so we can nourish that place. So, for example, in this office, as we see, we have there's an energy flow that goes through the
Yeah, it goes
the
right
room
through
from
here.
one side to the other. So
Yeah.
um, it's very hard for me to give a very specific assessment because I'm not inside the room, and it's very
Right.
difficult to see just the footprint that when you're actually inside. I don't know how big is the desk or how tall is the ceiling. If the
Or
entrance
how
or
big
the
the window
sidewalk that
is.
wide, or how big the window is, what's at the other side of the window. So there are other factors, but in general, from the
Right.
formful perspective, feng shui perspective, the ideal location for a desk in this scenario will be um, sitting, giving the back to the most solid wall. So the desk will be facing the
Yeah.
window. So when the person sits, You will
Yeah,
have
this way
the most solid wall
or this way.
behind you, and you are looking forward to up to the window, and then you have the entrance on both sides. So
Yeah,
why that position versus north or south, or
here
because
or here.
it, we are constantly being more influenced or impacted by the things that are closer to us and that we see every day, than something as big as the north. I mean, that's so huge and abstract compared to facing the entrance. Like, for example, let's say, no, no, but ideally, based on the compass, you should put the desk facing to the left entrance. So what does that mean? That you will have to close the right entrance, or you give your back to the right entrance? You see, like when you start putting factors that are way, that things that you cannot change and are so abstract, it's very hard
Right,
to apply it in the real scenario when you are right there, because you compromise other things. Why I'm choosing the
right.
solid wall on the back? Because it's an office. So first, you're going there to work, so you need focus. And to have focus, it's better to have some, I mean, like if you don't have to worry about whatever is behind you, because there's nothing behind you but a solid wall, you feel more protected, and then you can focus on what's in front of you. If you give your back to the window or to the entrance, then suddenly your brain will use some energy to activate more senses, because it's in our nature to protect ourselves. So you don't want to be vulnerable
Right,
from behind. So instantly, your
right.
biology will start to activate more senses and use more energy to figure it out what's happening behind you, in case that someone is walking behind you, or there, you don't know,
That's right.
you don't know what's behind you. So that's why you activate
Well,
the
it's because
senses.
yeah, we're
And
just
that,
animals fundamentally.
yeah, and that is energy that you're not using to produce. That is energy that you're using to protect yourself. So
That's
by
right.
putting yourself with the most solid wall behind you, you're already letting your brain to relax and your senses to relax, and you can focus much more in the productivity. If you need to rest your eyes from your work, there you have the window in front of you. Just look up, you have the window, you can just breathe and see, oh, it's nice out there, and then pop, go back to work. And also,
Yeah, so I would so it would be either here on this corner,
yeah,
like an L, or this corner L. It
um,
depends what's here and
yeah,
depends what's
depends.
here.
I think depends on what's the main entrance, because even though it has two entrances, I'm sure that they usually go there mainly from one side.
Yeah, we don't know which is which, so it really depends what's on this, what leads to
What
this
also will be
room
ideal,
and what to this.
an ideal thing to do is to put plants, um, like on the sides of the desk, but not, you don't need to put like two plants, one on each side of the desk, because I don't even know if it will look good. Maybe one plant on the desk, or maybe on the other corners that you were choosing. If you move the mouse to the one corner of the entrance,
Yeah.
like over there, yeah, like as soon as you go inside the room, you don't go out of the room, but to have a plant that anchor the energy before leave the room. You see what I mean? Like if you put a plant
Yeah.
there, and you
Well, I
come to
guess it
the other
depends
side.
where her so if your entrance is here coming from here, let's say, yeah, this
Yeah,
your entrance is on this side, then I would put the desk on this side.
in the fortune corner.
because you're coming. Yeah, I would come in here.
But you see, that's the
If
thing
you're coming
because
in,
depends on the desk. Because if the desk is a nail shape or is it a rectangular shape where you can go inside from both sides, like you see,
true.
huh?
You don't know. We don't have an option to do
Yeah. But if it's a
good,
regular
you know.
rectangle desk, then depends how big is it. You can put it in the center, or as Jenny's recommending, putting in the corner farther out from the main entrance.
Yeah, here. You mean here and then sit in the center? Put it right here.
What do you mean like sit in
But
the
I would
center?
prefer to put it here.
I honestly, I need to see how big is the desk. But the most important thing is that you don't put the desk against the wall, because then you will be facing the wall and giving your back to the main walkable area. So that means that people will be walking behind you and you will be facing a wall. So that means that you will not be able to relax, because you're just against the wall, giving your back to the open space. So back to what we said earlier, that will make your brain and
Yeah,
your biology activate senses and use energy to see what's
yeah,
happening behind you, and you will not be as productive as if you were giving your back to the wall and facing to the common area or the open space.
yeah,
um So that's
yeah,
the
I
most
agree.
important thing about that.
But I think this kind of room is extremely difficult, you know. Um,
I don't
this is
see
a
it
living
extremely
room,
difficult.
but even it's difficult because even if you have to put a TV somewhere, where are you going to put a TV? You know, it's a very difficult design,
Well, uh, hmm,
you know,
if you put a TV,
isn't it?
but if
If
you
you
put
were
a
going to put a TV,
uh-huh, and then you put the sofa in the middle, and then once you go in, you are on the side of the sofa. That's what you mean?
well, well, like there's a window here,
Uh-huh.
right? So if you put a TV, I mean, it depends how big your sofa is, but the
But you,
sofa is about
yeah, you put a
half the
TV.
size of this room, 8 feet or
Yeah,
10. This is 21. Okay. You know, it's a very, very difficult room
yeah, and then the
because put
TV
the
will
entry in
reflect
the
the
middle
window.
on both sides, you know? So it's not her fault that she can't, because whoever designed it did not design it thinking about where to put things in the room, you know? They
Yeah,
real
the
about
entrance
it.
are right in the middle, and two entrance, and the window is right in the middle. It's not on one side. Yeah, it's kind of tricky.
It's very tricky. It's
If
very tricky,
the
you know?
if the desk, yeah, but ideally, she had a window versus the solid wall. I'll put the desk on the solid wall. Like as I said, I was trying to think maybe put it on the other corner, but you know, it has a mountain, guardians, energy spot, and the watering is a window. Like or the entrance. Like the way I see it from the four feature perspective, it's
Uh,
it's easy to say that there's only one option for the desk, but for the TV it's different.
it's I mean, even if she put a desk, like if she had this as the back, you know, but still there's people coming in on this side. I mean, it's just very difficult. Very difficult,
I would
you
like
know.
to see like a real picture of the bedroom, I don't. We must
This is
incorporate it.
not a bedroom. This is her living room.
I
This is her
mean,
living room.
I said bedroom. My bad. I'm in my bedroom. But like if I could go virtual, like being there and see it, that's something that it would be cool to do as feng shui consultants. Like, hey, download this app and your phone will make like a virtual tour of your bedroom, and I can analyze it from here.
Well, I have clients walk around with their phone
But it's not the
and they
same.
walk around and they show me
Yeah,
the space. I can tell quite well. It works. It works.
it works. Yeah, I haven't tried.
Yeah, it works. You can walk around a room and then with your phone, and then you do get a sense of this scale, you know,
Mm-hmm.
by looking at the furniture. You do understand it. It does work. Um, your phone works well. Yeah, but you have to have them hold the phone and then actually walk through each space, and so you can understand the flow of the house. You
Mm,
know,
well,
so maybe one time we should do that.
mm,
But the problem is, see, a lot of homes, it's not lit very well. It's quite dark. Then it becomes hard to see.
mm,
You know,
yeah.
because if it's you only do it at night, it's too dark. Got to do it during the day, and it's better if it's a sunny day. You know, because otherwise it's hard to see.
Yeah.
It's very hard to see. Yeah.
Well, I think that for that bedroom, that's it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it. But
Right. Right.
I mean, I said bedroom again. It's not a bedroom. It's a
So,
living room.
that's kind of no. That's
Hmm?
why I think it's quite hard for many people, because a lot of times, the builders don't design it thinking about what to put in the room. They design it just to say, okay, a bed will fit in there, you know, but they don't think about the positioning. And sometimes, even to put a sofa and a coffee table is tight, you know, but it's
Also
really
sometimes
important.
yeah, I noticed that sometimes I design it in a way that you can put things in a very specific way and you cannot change them. Like, oh, this is where the bed goes, and you gotta have it like that for every year, unless you break a wall or something like that, because sometimes they have or many doors or windows, like, oh, where can I put the TV? And there's a specific place for the TV. Not like old houses, like you can just move things around. Modern houses has a
That's
very
right.
specific place for everything. They even put the cables inside the wall
Well,
already.
that's
Oh,
hard because,
huh?
hmm
No, like
I agree.
yeah, like they put now the cables for the home theater, for everything is already preset. You just, hey, just plug your TV here, and you don't see the cables. They are through the wall. So they are building the walls with all that in already, where everything is however it's designed, you cannot customize it so much. I mean, you can paint and
Mm.
all that, but you know, I remember when I was a
No,
kid,
not as much.
I said I want to have my bed on this position, and I move it. And then, oh no, now I want my bed this way. I cannot do that now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Not much choice now. And I think the other thing is, I, been to several feng shui consultations, and it's really hard to place the bed because, like you say, they have a lot of windows and a lot of doors, closet doors, doors connecting to bathrooms, window this side and another window there and another window. It's like, where do you put the bed? You know,
Mm-hmm,
it's very difficult.
mm-hmm.
And they have trouble sleeping. Got so many openings, they have trouble sleeping. It's not easy. I think some of the modern design is not very feng shui friendly.
Um, um, there's one of my family members decided to put a fountain in a bedroom
Where?
that is for meant for meditation and relaxation, and they do different energy practices, and then they leave the fountain on 24/7, and I can hear it in my bedroom very loud, as if I was next to as if the fountain was on my bed. Like at night when
Oh
everybody
no.
goes to sleep, I hear the whoosh, the water hitting the like pot
Oh,
thing, and I hear it loud. So I every night gotta unplug the fountain because it's too much. Like
that's a
I had
nightmare.
trouble sleeping because it feels like I remember the first night I thought it was raining, and then it did rain, and it kind of like this. Yeah, literally, and then this guy the fountain, but the next day I had trouble sleeping. I woke up many times during the night. So because it's too young, too
Oh,
dynamic, you
oh,
know, you're trying to rest and calm your mind, and then you
yeah. It's
hear the
disturbing.
fall, the waterfall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Too much. Too much disturbance. Disturbance. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have difficulty because the rooms itself are not designed with the thought of where to put the furniture beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So then you have difficulty sleeping, you have difficulty working, you have difficulty concentrating, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
You
You
know,
gotta remember that.
we gotta make a whole podcast on feng shui for designers, for how what are they called, architects.
Yeah, but sometimes it's, builders. The builders want to create, you know, houses within a certain size and a certain budget and a certain, so they compromise things and they don't think it through. I
Yeah.
went to one, yeah, spec home kind of community, and you know, they weren't thinking about the view from the window. There's these big windows, but it's your neighbor's wall, you know? I mean, those kind of things that you don't get any light anyway. So, you got to think about all these things that on paper it looks good, but in real life, it doesn't look so good and it doesn't feel so good, On paper, it looks fine. Yeah. I remember I went to a house and in Seattle, and in the distance, you could see the Space Needle from this house. However, the architect probably never went to the site. Maybe they designed it from a different place. But instead of seeing the Space Needle, you look out the window and there's a factory. So the window was by the factory next door. And where you could see the Space Needle, there was no window. So it's really important sometimes, to actually go to the space. It was such a shame. I was like, are you kidding? You're kidding. They picked the wrong view. They really did. You think it's funny, but it's true story, true story.
The worst thing is that you as an I don't know how that works. How's the hierarchy of all that people, but the designer when you go there, the worst. I mean, for me, the worst thing would be like, oh, like my mistake, my bad. Like you cannot change it. After you have a whole neighborhood built, you cannot say, oh. I wish I would have done this different. I wish I could have fixed it or whatever. Oh, I missed the appointment for the view, and now this is what once you build it, you cannot change it that
Yep.
easy. So it's gonna be like people will be affected by it for however the time that structure exists.
Forever.
Forever,
Yep.
40 years, 50 years, 100. Now,
Yep.
once it's built, it's very hard. And
Yep.
also I've heard many people, many stories about that they get as a consulting by Feng Shui consultant,
Yeah.
and then the client, okay, I go and as a Feng Shui consultant, I do my consulting, and then my recommendations makes the client spend $20,000 in remodelation because I said, no, you gotta move that wall and all that and this window. And sometimes it doesn't even make sense because feng shui shouldn't be expensive. Like if you need 20,000 in remodelations, you better move out to another house. If feng shui must be simple and practical. And I've seen a
Right.
lot of people doing big remodelations because they want to stay there, and the
Yeah.
consultant said, "Oh no, that view that you have is bad. You need to cover it," and then they seal that window and break
Yeah.
another window. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta look for a balance between like if is that view that you have like bad enough that you need to seal the wall and break another one to create a new window. So in feng shui
Maybe.
try to maybe you can cover it with just plywood and then put a big frame like with a picture with a better view.
I don't know if that'll work.
But
Not for me, thank you.
I hammering gang. What are you doing,
No,
uncle?
thank you. No, thank you.
No, but
Well,
what I'm
anyway, it's
like,
just something to think about.
yeah, there's a must be a balance like between how um how much you should spend to fix other people's mistake. Like if the building is so badly made, it's better to move. Not, I mean, if you can, like I'm not saying like people, oh, if your feng shui is bad, move. Like that's not what I'm saying. But sometimes people think that you need to remodel too much, you know, like oh, my door is not facing
Yeah.
north. I need my door to face north, and then you gotta change the whole entrance of the house. So that kind of things
Yeah.
are not
Yeah.
very feng shui, to put it
Yeah.
like that. Feng shui is easy and practical.
Well, feng shui is simple, easy, not
Yeah.
all those, then you gotta think twice.
Mm-hmm.
Think twice.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so we try to take advantage of things like no, advantage would we say, like if you have something like this, like maybe you don't need to trash it away or like repurpose, like fix stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like we try to
Yeah.
keep things balanced. Okay. Hey, thank you.
Thanks,
I like
everybody.
more scenarios like that. We gotta get more questions.
Bye.
I like that. Thank you.
Okay. I'll pull it up next time. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, have a good
Have a good
night.
weekend. Yep. Bye. Thanks for watching, everybody.